Hey everybody, this is Charles Calhoun, aka the Shade Tree Pro, and I'm getting ready to explain something to you. Now, I did a video the other day when I was talking about how the shoulder sockets and move and how the problem of getting stuck in the golf swing. Well, I wasn't G'd up like I am with my gear in because I always got to look clean. But now I'm getting ready to tell you, ever since Tiger has withdrew from the tournament, and of course all the questions and everything else is going to come out. Well, my problem is that, as I said it before, the issues that he had of getting stuck in the golf swing, that has never been cleared, and no one had a very good explanation from the top teachers who taught him to whoever. They have never truly explained why he's getting stuck, and I don't think they can explain it because I don't think they know why. Well, I'm getting ready to explain it, and I'm getting ready to put it to rest of why anybody gets stuck, not just Tiger Woods. Now, I have a little drawing here. Now, on this little drawing here, I have it represented. This is the anterior deltoid muscle. This is the middle deltoid muscle. This is the posterior deltoid muscle. So if you look at that, there's all three of the delts on both sides of the shoulders. Now, I'm using this, and these little, little cans, my little aids that I have here. These are representing the shoulder sockets and the humerus bone. This right here represents the humerus bone. This represents the shoulder socket. Now, what I have done is, we know that the shoulder socket is circular. What I've done is just cut it out to like it's just the middle deltoid muscle. Now, if you look in here, as I show you on this right here, I'm going to show you. If I just set this here like the shoulder is in our anatomically neutral position, when that shoulder rotates, if you see here, when that shoulder or that arm rotates or the hand comes together, notice how the shoulder socket moves, and it basically covers all three areas of the deltoid muscle. The deltoid connects at the deltoid tuberosity, and when the arm moves, it moves synergistically. And that means that all three are working together. If the arm stays in this position, now the shoulder is working what they basically is antagonistically. That means it's working pretty much with the middle, or with just with the anterior or with the posterior, kind of how it goes. Now, I'll make sure I'll turn that around for you. But the point is this. Let me show you this. Since you understand what I'm talking about, that when you close your arms, the hands together, this is what the humerus bone does. It comes around because the shoulders come out. The shoulder socket goes back, and these come around. Let me grab my club here. The problem with, and why this is so important, is that here has always been Tiger's problem. When Tiger was a young man, he could fire his hips out of the way like all these young kids can do. Because it ain't that hard to hit a golf ball. But when you get older, the true nature of what you're doing and how you're swinging, it's going to catch up to you. He can no longer fire his hips out of the way and all that, which he shouldn't be doing in the first place. Mo Norman has been trying to tell you all for the longest, and he's still telling you through the grave, through me, of what's really going on. So when you set up to a golf ball, here's what most people do. When you grab it, this shoulder automatically comes over, sets up. This was imperfect. But the problem is this shoulder, because we're so infatuated with turning the hips that we're forgetting the most important part. The most important part is swinging the golf club, swinging the arms to swing the golf club. And most of you are set up here and you're in this position right here. And I can tell you're wrong by simply looking at this arm right here. If I can see this, I know you're in trouble, because you're going to have to make some kind of compensation to get this arm to turn over. The best example is you can look at Jim Furyk and you see where his elbow is when he's coming through the golf ball. The point is that I'm saying is this. When you set up to this golf ball, this shoulder socket, it has to rotate. It has to close. It absolutely has to close. There's no ifs and buts about it. And the reason being is this. Is no matter what, whether the hands are facing this way or they're facing this way, the arms are trying to be in their anatomical, excuse me, I got hiccups. But the arms are, this is our anatomically neutral position. When you set this club or this arm and it rotates over, it has come out of its anatomically neutral position and it has come around to the front of the pelvis. Whereas if you keep this one like this, no matter if you move it over, this shoulder socket has not rotated over, and it is still, quote unquote, in its anatomical position. You just pushed it forward. So now when you go to make your golf swing and everybody's trying to get this club face to look like this shoulder has never changed. It's never rotated open, rotated closed like it's supposed to. So when you come down, all you're doing is getting stuck. And it's not getting stuck because of something that you're doing. It's getting stuck in a sense. It's because it's going back to its natural position. All you have to do is realize is that when this arm rotates over, it comes in front of the pelvis. So now when you go to make a golf swing, you just come up, get it, and keep it rotated like it's supposed to be, and then you come down, the arm is always going to stay in front of you. It will never get behind you. No matter if you push it back behind you, it wants to come back to where it is. And by doing so, the hip automatically pushes back. So if I go up to the top of my swing and I've never changed this position, guess what it's going to do? It's going to come right back to its position or its anatomical position, and it's going to get stuck. There it is right there. So for Tiger to fix his swing so he don't have to have all these twisting motions, like Mo Norman said, is that, I don't have all these twisting muscles. The reason he doesn't have it is because that arm is rotated over, and now all of a sudden all he does do is just take the club back and move the body. That's it. And you're right there every time. You will never get stuck. And I'm not saying you'll get stuck sometime or this is just a quick fix or whatever. This is an absolute, because scientifically it matches up. If I'm here and if it rotates, it brings it in front of me. That's how the arms get in front of you in the first place, and now you can swing them back and forth regardless. And all we're doing is trying to create a swing. As I said, there's three most important things you have to ever learn about the golf swing. Number one, where the weight is shifting. Number two, what you are shifting. And most important of all, because we're swinging the golf club. We're swinging the arms to swing the golf club. And number three is knowing how the arms are swung. And if you don't know how the arms are swung, you're never going to create a consistent golf swing. So like I said, make sure these shoulder sockets, humerus bones out on the outside of, you have to rotate them in. And when you make your golf swing, they stay in. And they never come out. I know they talked about jacking his flying elbow. It was absolutely perfect because there's a scientific reason behind it, because it gets behind the body. No different if you're just elbowing somebody. You can't elbow somebody with your arm like this. So get your arm right and get your swing right. This is Charles Calhoun, aka the Shade Tree Pro, and this is an absolute of how you fix a Tiger. And if he learned this, then you know what? I don't think he's going to have too much problem with his confidence, and he definitely won't have any problem with swinging his golf club. Once again, Charles Calhoun, a.k.a. the Shade Tree Pro, and always good golfing.